Hello, dear ones. We speak to you as a blended voice of the Sirian Collective. And today we wish to address a concept that we had spoken of previously, that being the release of overwhelm and complexity. There is a natural predisposition in the human experience to create complexity, simply because if we break it down on an energetic level, you have a discordant energy, an energy that is in a different vibration and a different frequency than your own, that you are encountering, and you are trying to create a balance within a homeostatic existence, one in which the energies feel aligned and give you what you might call a sense of comfort. This is what you would call being happy, being content, feeling relaxed and calm and at ease. And when you do not feel this, and you feel this moment of discomfort and chaos, overwhelm, frequencies that you don't feel completely at ease with, this is where there is a tendency to create complexity. And simply what this is your beingness trying to make sense of an energetic frequency that is not the same. And so, as you walk through your experience of the energetics of this next period of time, as you are experiencing within the third dimensional construct, where there is much change in experience and frequency available to you, both within your physical and mental and emotional and spiritual bodies, but also within your solar system, within the planetary experience of the cycle of the sun, which is becoming a bit more intense, sending out more rays of light, more frequencies that you may not be used to. When you are having the push-pull of the planetary bodies with the Earth, such as the upcoming Lunar Eclipse, and those which will continue to be happening. And of course there are always eclipses happening, not simply just the lunar, but that is the one that you are focused on because it is the one that is visible or being spoken of in your experience. And the more of you that are focused on it, the more the experience becomes enhanced. And so you will see that more in your field. Again, this is as is the manifesting. The more you focus on something, the more it will be pulled to you. And this concept can be applied in all of your experiences as a human. But as you move forward into these different scenarios available for you to play with at this time, we wish to speak to you of a specific point, and that is about releasing your innate ability for complexity. And this is part of the human experience and one of the human collective consciousness, one that has been in place for eons, simply because it was a matter of the group of energies that are residing on the planet to have an experience that they wanted to have, one that you would not have in what you would call higher dimensions, frequencies, or realms. Because what would the point of having the human experience be if it was all the same? You are in fact here to have these discordant or overwhelming or what you would call negative experiences, because they are ones you would not have elsewhere. And this is what we mean when we say there is no right or wrong experience. There is simply the experience. However, when you are feeling that you wish to have a different experience than what you are having, where you feel that you are not comfortable in what you would call the negative, then you have the ability now, as a sovereign being, as one who is awakened, as one who understands that part of that process is having the conscious awareness to choose in each moment. As you come into that moment and see the situation and say, What do I want to do now? Do I want to have this experience, or do I want to release it? Or do I want to save it for later and try it again at a different time? All of these choices are up to you. But if you are feeling that you are overwhelmed and you are not comfortable, wish to have a different experience, what do you do in that moment? How do we release this complexity, this natural ability that we have had for so long, which is part of what you are doing on the planet at this time? Part of the awakening and shifting into a new way of being is letting go of being in the mind, of looking at the reaction, action, response, of having an experience that is fully up in the mind, analytical, and trying to understand what your relationship is to it. So we suggest try something different, try something new, and that is to be in the heart and in the emotions. And what does this mean? When people are told just to be in the heart, to feel through it, it means simply that when you have that conscious awareness in that moment, you are having a scenario that is not comfortable, and you say, but I have a choice here. I do not have to continue to do what I have done. I can do something different, or I can try it again later, or I can feel through it and release it. And how do I wish to do that? Do I wish to do it in the same way or the older way, where I analyze it, try to make sense of it, and look at what has happened in the past in an analytical way? Or do I allow myself to be in my emotions and feel into it, to trust? And this is the challenge for many at this point, is trusting what you are feeling is legitimate. For there has always been a tendency to look outwards, without, at teachings, at teachers, at experiences that others have had. And so this is the challenge, because it is new territory, you see. It is something different that you are learning to do. Although we should say not learning to do, because it is innate. It is part of who you are. You are simply remembering. And so in that moment where you have this push-pull, and you feel, this is an experience I have had before and I don't like it, or this is an experience that I'm not sure that I wish to have again. This is where we invite you to look within and to feel into it with the emotion. Ask the emotion that you are having, is this an emotion I wish to continue having? Then follow that. What is creating it? What is triggering that good emotion? Can you follow it and continue to do it? This is where the sayings, follow your bliss, come from. Because you are following a breadcrumb trail that you have left for yourself. You are remembering what it feels like to trust your own beingness. And so when you find that the energies around are discordant, they are not making sense to your beingness, then that is the time to go within and to ask yourself, does this feel like an experience I wish to continue having or not? And to simply follow it moment by moment. How do I feel in this moment? This is an experience I like. I shall continue on that path. How do I feel in this moment? This is an experience I don't wish to have. I think I shall pivot and go the other direction. And this is how it begins, simply one by one foot after the next foot, stepping. Remember that it all comes back into that moment of awareness, and remembering that you have the choice on how you wish to experience it. So, from the complexity to the very simple and being at ease, it is really a matter of being connected to your human experience, your beingness, your energy within your physical human experience, and remembering that you can simply follow the emotions that you wish to experience. Please know that you are very supported in every now moment, not only by those you would call starseed or galactic family, soul family, but also by the many aspects of you, as you are a multidimensional being, coexisting on many what you would call realms or frequencies. And so there is always support for you. You need only ask, and it is there. And now we shall say goodbye to you in this now moment. And we are a blended voice for the Sirian Collective.